Two wonderkid forwards, one small and fast, the other tall and slow. That's all there is to it. Who will have the better career? Let's find out. Here we go. We got Mikey McManus and Lucas Robertson. 80 current ability, 200 potential ability. Both centre forwards, as mentioned. 15 years young as we speak, and they are both personality traded as mercenaries. Mikey McManus is the slow and tall one. He could not be taller. Their max height on the game, and we've given him 5 acceleration and 5 pace because we don't want to go too extreme with everything. And here's his hidden attribute breakdown. The hidden attribute breakdown will be identical for the two players because we want to try and keep things as sort of even as possible, but we haven't been able to sort of do that attribute wise, of course, as you can expect, because Lucas Robertson is short and quick. So he's as small as you can be at 170 centimeters on the game with 15 acceleration and 15 pace. Again, didn't want to go too severe with everything. Wanted to sort of have a bit of a cohesion, sort of like fast and slow, rather than the most extreme fast and the most extreme, like the fastest player on the game versus the slowest player on the game. Will these players sort of manage to sort of balance themselves out and do pretty well? In terms of their nationality, they're both Scottish and they do not have second nationality. So I'm hoping that they actually spearhead Scotland to a bit of success. Maybe a Euros, maybe a World Cup. We'll see. We will see through the experiment, that's for sure. In terms of where these players will be going, well, they've got high ambition, they've got low loyalty. That's the top and bottom of it. So we're hoping there's going to be plenty of moves for the pair of them. If we compare the two right now, that is it. You can see there, just a complete polarity, complete disparity between the two, like opposites. Height with the aerial and speed with the speed. Yeah, explained that fantastically, haven't I? There you go. Let's just jump through a year and find out where they start off the career, shall we? And here we go then. So Lucas Robertson is at Greenock Morton, and wow, well, for a start, 1, he's been playing. 2, he's been retrained as a right midfielder. They always do this, don't they? The quick player has been retrained as a right midfielder, and look at that, acceleration at 17, pace up at 16. So to be fair, would you play him on the wing? I think I probably would. In all honesty, inside forward sort of thing, because he's too small. You're not going to be up there getting the headers in. His career stats: 38 games for Greenock Morton, 19 goals in the Cinch Championship. They finished fourth, and the award winners were top goal scorer. Lucas Robertson was the top goal scorer by 4 goals. So the 15/16-year-old was the top goal scorer. There you go. Mikey McManus, gone to Wraith Rovers, only improved to 93. So he's gone up 13 attribute points. His pace and acceleration's gone up by 1. Everything else is looking very similar, but he obviously has improved elsewhere in some capacity, but he's not played, unfortunately. He's not played at all for Wraith Rovers, and that means that Lucas Robertson is going to leave him in his wake. But that being said, quite a few of those attribute points may have been taken up by the new role, the inside forward, attacking midfield right. So let's not count our chickens just yet, because if Mikey McManus gets a loan move, he's going to start knocking in the goals, isn't he? Hit the big lad, lower league football. He is a lower league football manager's wet dream, isn't he? He's capped at under 19 level. He's been capped at under 19 level, yet he's never played for Wraith Rovers. Work that one out. In terms of Mikey's value, 700k to 2.1 million, and Lucas actually 550k to 1.6. So he's actually worth less, despite the fact he's actually a much better player. Which is interesting. Both of these players are going to get big moves, almost certainly. Will they go to the Premier League or the Cinch Premiership in Scotland, or will they go south of the border to England? Lucas has been capped by the under-21s for Scotland as well, so he's actually really making that play, and they both should, in theory, become mainstays for Scotland. But playing 2 up top, probably not going to happen now. Lucas is on the right. Never mind. Let's go through 2 years to 2026 and see how they're getting on. But before we do that, public service announcement, as always, do subscribe to the channel. I'm really making that push, and I stopped doing it for a while, saying subscribe to the channel, and people stopped subscribing in their droves. Whereas now I'm saying it, people are doing it a lot more. So subscribe while you're here and come back and watch other videos. Right. Okay then. So Mikey McManus is still at Wraith Rovers. He's on 114 out of 200. He's 18 years old. He's got 221 caps for Scotland. He's never played a game for them. He's playing in the reserves. He's never played for Wraith Rovers. They're ruining him. Whereas Lucas Robertson, he's wanted by a who's who of people on loan, and he's made the move from Greenock Morton to Aston Villa for £2.3 million. 17 in 37 in the second season for Greenock Morton, and then last season he got 5 appearances from the bench. He's actually come on a few times. He's loan listed 44 million to 133 million. 4 caps for Scotland. He's actually playing. Oh, he's down all over the place. 4 caps for Scotland, 12 goals in 15 under-21 caps for the under-21 team. How many times I want to say under-21 in the same sentence? You get what I mean. He's also been retrained as an unconvincing right midfielder. Is that because Aston Villa are playing? They're not. Graham Potter is not playing that. Tammy Abraham up front for Aston Villa. Moved for 7 million from Roma. What? 6 million. Why? Why were Roma not playing him? I mean, 1838. I'm a bit baffled. So yeah, well, disappointing. Disappointing that Mikey McManus hasn't improved anymore. But do you know what? He's only 14 points off the pace. I'm very surprised considering Lucas has retrained in a position and he's played 82 times. Of course, Lucas's polygon is really superseding Mikey's now. It's really sort of getting much better. Mikey, though, in terms of pace, he's up at 9 pace and 8 acceleration. So a couple more attribute points over here and he's really going to be on his way. He just needs a good run. I don't know. Right. Wraith Rovers. Malky Mackay's in charge. Jack Hamilton, current ability of 92. Okay. David Bates. Why is he up front? Why is David Bates up front? He's a centre-back. He's a makeshift striker. 100 current ability. Are they joking? Mikey McManus is playing in the under-18s. I don't know why he's not in the first team. I'm going to go one more year and I hope he's left. Right, Lucas Robertson is now fairly determined, so he's getting better in terms of his personality. He spent the season on loan at Norwich. 13 goals in 42 games in the Sky Bet Championship in a season where Norwich finished 10th. Eddie Howe's in charge of Norwich. Eddie Howe in charge of Norwich, eh? So if we have a quick look here, last season, Lucas Robertson looks like he's the lone striker, and he's not scored enough for them. Fabian Reeder's at Norwich. Well, bloody hell. So Lucas Robertson is at 140. He's really moved on through the gears, and as you can see, he's got 17 pace and acceleration. His strength's not bad. His jumping reach and heading is improving somewhat, but he's not really needing those attributes to improve. His mentals are going through the roof. His finishing's at 15, composure at 17, off the ball at 50. I'm surprised he didn't score more goals for Norwich, to be perfectly honest. He's rounding out to be a very good player. A very good inside forward or centre forward for me. 14 caps, 4 goals for the Scottish national team as well. Mikey McManus. He's been made available for Wraith Rovers reserves. He's wanted by Leicester, Tottenham and Hearts. Why have Wraith Rovers never played him? He's got a year left on his deal and he's never played a game. I can't understand why. What? They've ruined him. The AI has ruined this player with such potential. And he's wanted by Tottenham. 10 under 21 caps, 7 under 21 goals. He's prolific at under 21 level. Wraith Rovers under 18s he's in at 19. Yeah, still a mercenary. 118 out of 200. He's barely improved. It's just so annoying. Again, we're going to go through another year, 2028. I've not even got any words. Right, for the start, Lucas Robertson's still at Aston Villa. He spent the season at Villa, and unfortunately, 6 appearances off the bench, 3 goals. So his career is stagnating at 142 now, moved from 140. But out of nowhere, like an RKO, here comes Mikey McManus. He's now up at 137 because, lo and behold, he's played 43 games for Hearts. So Hearts have signed him for 3.3k. Gone to the Cinch Premiership and he's now playing. What was their problem with him? He's got 11 pace, 10 acceleration. He's got great finishing, great heading, great jumping reach. He's all round. In my opinion, I think I'd prefer him as a striker than the short, fast one. Mikey or Lucas, let me know in the comments what you think. 4 caps for Scotland as well. So he's now been called up for the Scottish national team. They're both in the Scotland squad. Lucas Robertson is currently playing up front. I mean, I'd like to have Lucas on the right. Absolutely, he's a very good player and he's got great potential, but if I had to pick one or the other, I think I'd be picking Mikey to start as the target man. I mean, they're playing both. I'd be playing them both. They're a great combo. That's why I did a short and tall, fast and slow. Like, they're a brilliant combo. Anyway, Hearts have signed Mikey McManus. He scored 16 in 36. And in the Cinch Premiership last season, it was won by Celtic, Hearts getting Conference League football. And the top goal scorer was Kyogo Furuhashi for Celtic, scoring 22 in 38. Mikey McManus came second, scoring 16 goals. So, getting 16 in his debut season in the Scottish Premier League, yet Wraith Rovers wouldn't play him. Why? They've been relegated to League One. Good. You deserve to get relegated. I can't understand why they weren't playing him. Let me know in the comments down below why you think they might not have been playing him. It just baffles me. We're now almost level at 20 years old. Just move the age to there. So, yeah, we're almost level at 20 years old. 5 attribute points in it. So, we're going to go through one more year to 2029. And I think if Mikey's going to be playing for Hearts and Lucas is going to be on the bench for Villa, Mikey's going to overtake him. It's all kicking off, innit? It's all kicking off. Not only is he overtaking him, so Lucas is at 147, Mikey's at 150. Mikey's no longer at Hearts. Oh no, we can all see. He's been hoovered up by Todd Bowley. He's at Chelsea. Let's look at Lucas then. He did well. 6 starts, 17 off the bench with 6 goals. So he's starting to break into the Aston Villa team. 21 years old, 147 current ability. Mikey looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I think he's grown 4 centimetres. Was it 170 he started off at? He's a very good player. Mikey, still 212 centimetres. Pace 12 and acceleration 11. So he's moving through the gears there. And he got signed for £25 million in January. So he's got 12 in 25 for Hearts. And Chelsea have bought him. And he's been coming on off the bench, let that be known, 8 times. Newcastle have won the Premier League a few years ago, so it's been Manchester City, Arsenal and Newcastle who've won it in this save file. But here we go, now we can see Chelsea finishing 3rd, only 5 points off the pace, Aston Villa finishing in 9th. So Mikey is going to get Champions League football this season as well. And he's going to be in a better team with Chelsea than Aston Villa. So he's going to get better cup runs and he's probably going to get some chances in those cup competitions. So Mikey McManus has taught us in the hair. You know, Lucas Robertson being the hair, the fast one, sprinted out the gates, and Mikey McManus taught us his way. Bang. He's overtaken him. 3 goals in 12 caps for Scotland as well. 8 goals in 27 caps for Scotland for Lucas. Steve Clarke's still in charge. Still playing the one up front. He's still playing Lucas. I mean, it's a very weird formation. He didn't qualify for the Euros then. Anyway, right, fine. So now they're at clubs where we think they're going to be there for a while. I'm going to jump through 3 years to 2032 now, so they'll be 24 years old. Okay, so for a start, the first thing we notice is Lucas is now 162 current ability. Mikey's at 167. Mikey's still at Chelsea. Lucas has moved to Newcastle. He moved to Newcastle for £117 million. Literally just now. When did he do this? 8 days ago. That's the most recent thing. Oh, and look at this. Aston Villa have won the Conference League and the Europa League. So Lucas has won a couple of trophies with Aston Villa. He's got 20 in his most recent season for Aston Villa as well. Obviously playing up front. I think he's been playing on the wing in some of these other games. Maybe he's been playing up front because he's been coming off the bench a lot, but this season he was not. He was starting and he's moved to Newcastle. Mikey McManus at Chelsea. God, he's good, isn't he? Look at how good he is. Look at how good he is. And unfortunately, he's not played loads. 6 goals in 5 starts. 14 off the bench. Here we go. 13 in 28. Only 22 of those were starts. So if we look over here, he's starting to bleed into the team. He got a 7.0 in that most recent season. Premier Division has been passed around between Manchester City and Arsenal in the last 3 years as well. So no trophies for Newcastle, unfortunately, and no trophies for Chelsea. Well, certainly no Premier League trophies, that is. In terms of the Carabao Cup, it's been City, United and Southampton most recently. And the FA Cup has been won by Ipswich. Luton, Ipswich, Chelsea, United. Ipswich have won the FA Cup. They were in the Championship. Ipswich were, when they just won the FA Cup. They beat Newcastle in the final as well. Mikey McManus. Oh, look at this. They've got Rooney Bargi, Henry Paez, good player. João Felix. He's back in on loan. Levi Colwill. How good's he got? Underwhelming. Thought he'd be better. Parisi, Moises Caicedo. Got pretty good, hasn't he? Well, Chelsea's squad's not getting any less bloated, has it? Look, Emil Smith-Rowe, McAllister, still got Mudryk, a load of regens. So, I think it's time for another 3 years. 2035, here we come. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. In 3 years, Lucas is still at 163. He was at 162, was he? He's moved up 1 attribute point. And why is that? 20 appearances off the bench, 22 appearances off the bench, 8 starts, 15 off the bench there. So, most prolific season most recently in terms of game time. Disappointing, but disappointing really. He's gone for 117 million and Newcastle have never played him. Who'd he playing up front? Karim Konate. Understandable. Not understandable, in my opinion, actually. I think Lucas is a better player. And he can play him on the right. Oscar Gluck. Again, he's a better player. So Lucas is a better player than both of those two. And those two are in the team. Well, Sandro Tonali's still there. I'm going to put money on that. He probably would, though. Hey, bang. There's your pun. 35 years young. He's leaving, is he? Oh, Mikey McManus, though. So Lucas has got 45 goals in 79 caps for Scotland. Mikey is at 189 at 27. 48 goals in 59 caps for Scotland. And what a player he is. What a player he is. He's broke into the Chelsea first team and 12 goals in 38 games. That's disappointing in 32-33. And he got 18 in 34. And then most recently, 27 in 37. He came to the party. No assists, greedy sod, but he came to the party. And in the Premier League, Chelsea, well, he did win it. So that just last season, he came 6th, where he got all those goals. Season before, they won it by 5 points where he wasn't great. Season before that, they came 4th. His most prolific season has been their worst. But he has got the top goal scorer there. Top goal scorer. Evan Ferguson at Man United. Things you love to see. Yeah, well, man, seeing that in real life. In terms of Scotland then, have they got to any tournaments? They got to the Euros and they got eliminated in the group stage. They scored 6 goals. Mikey McManus with 4 of Scotland's 6 goals. unfortunately, they went out 2 draws and a defeat. They got through in the World Cup, got through to the round of 16, losing to Belgium. They drew with the Netherlands, won 4-2 against Colombia, a 6-0 against Togo, with Lucas Robertson scoring 5 goals, then a 2-1 against Mali, and losing to Belgium on penalties. Lucas Robertson with an equaliser, and Mikey McManus missing one of those fateful penalties. Deary me. Well, Lucas is not getting there, is he? Mikey might. So we're going to go through 2 years to 29. Ooh, 193 to 167. 63 and 79 for Scotland. He's got 20 finishing now. His pace is at 15 and 15, so he's really moved it through the pace gears as well. There's fair enough to him. Like, he's not even a slow player anymore, is old Mikey. He was slow out the blocks, but he's come through in recent seasons. 24 and 38 for Chelsea there, and 22 and 38. And Chelsea have, unfortunately, not won the Premier League. It's been Manchester United for the last 2 seasons, and probably Evan Bloody Ferguson, although Chelsea were second in the most recent season. Mikey McManus, just missing out on having played a game more. And again, missing out by 1 goal to Erling Haaland. So, hey dear, dearie me. Lucas, again, I mean, he's not going to grow, and he's heading and jumping, which isn't going to improve that much. He's not improved that much either, to be fair. Is he playing more for Newcastle? He actually is. He's become a bit, last 2 seasons, he's become a bit more of a mainstay, starting far more than he's not, and rewarding them as well. 17 goals and 16 goals. You'd think, fair play to him. But I don't think they're going to improve much more. We're going to go through to 30 just to see the current abilities. 194 to 168. Due a rest, apparently, Mikey McManus. 75 in 92 for Scotland. 19 in 38 there for Chelsea in a season where Man City won the league. Lucas Robertson, 62 and 112 for Scotland as himself. 18 and 37 for Newcastle. Again, he's become a bit more of a mainstay for them. Fair play to him. 168 to 194. One more season. 196 to 170. They are still going. They are still improving. Mikey McManus is so close to the promised land. Can he get there? Another league win for Manchester City. Chelsea down here in 6th, and Newcastle up in 3rd. Lucas Robertson, who's now resolute in terms of his personality, got 21 and 37 in that most recent season. Actually more prolific than Mikey. However, he is considerably behind. I've just put the goals column in here. He is considerably behind Mikey in terms of goals. He's he's exactly 60 behind, and he's played 10 games less. So, what are you going to do? Right, 2040, 194 and 167. So Lucas is on his way back down from 170. He's going to explore his options at the end of his contract at Newcastle next summer. Again, he got 22 and 36, so he did very well for them. He's going to explore his options, though, which I'll be honest with you, don't blame him. Is he going to Saudi? I think he's going to Saudi. Heyday. Mikey McManus is only on 300k a week. He's had a pay cut, despite the fact he's still at 194. Whoever the Chelsea manager is has managed to pull his pants down. It's John Stones. John Stones is the Chelsea manager. 19 and 38 again. Oh, disappointing. Oh dear. Man United and Man City. Onslaught at Man United. Pep still at City. Jurgen Klopp at Newcastle. When did that happen? 32 days ago. Where's Jurgen Klopp been? Bloody hell. Jurgen's been a Barney. Sacked as Liverpool manager. Went to Porto. Left Porto to become the Bayern manager. Left Bayern to become AC Milan manager. Only there for a season. Got sacked. Went to PSG. And then he went... He went to Inter. Hey, you AC Milan, he said. Sack me. Goes and wins the league with them multiple times. Multiple times. Wow. Look at that. Although AC have just won it, but he won the league with Inter multiple times, and he's just left. Oh, he's just left to come to Newcastle as AC won the league. AC scared him off. Right, well, I don't think they're going to improve anymore, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump through another 3 years till they're 35 and see how we're getting on. Right, so he's never gone. Lucas left Newcastle on a free and went to Rennes. Did he stay another year? He stayed another year. He must have signed an extension. There must have been a 1-year contract extension clause in his contract. But to be honest, they stopped playing him. Don't know why they extended his contract. Gone to Rennes, 13 and 30. PSG, of course, won the league. He has got 80 in 163 for Scotland. Has he retired from international football? No, he's still going. Mikey McManus, still at Chelsea. Still representing. Still, oh, look at that. 30 goals in the 40-41 season. Go on, Mikey. Then 26, then 21. He's been very good for them. Johnny Stones is still in charge, and Hazriel, this guy's the captain, and I can understand why. What a player. Wow, 16 leadership as opposed to Mikey, 14. Yeah, good decision, John. Good decision. He's still not won a Premier League. Oh, second by 4 points to City. second by 12 points to United, then fifth. Leicester getting Champions League football down here. Top goal scorer, surely. He did win it 2 years in a row. 30 and 26 was enough for it. Unfortunately, this most recent season, he's not even in the top 3. He didn't score 23 goals, but, you know, Shaquille Van Persie at Arsenal, that's satisfying, isn't it? He's gone to Arsenal, following his dad's footsteps. I like that. 110 cap, 54 goals for England. Erling Haaland left Man City and went to Saudi Arabia for a couple of seasons. Earned a bit of money because I don't think he was getting enough at Man City. Yeah, Man City probably paid him £500,000 a week, just probably wasn't enough. Not enough. But neither of these two have gone to Saudi Arabia yet. All-time appearances, way down for Lucas. Massively up for Mikey. And goals, such a disparity between them. Mikey's had such the better career. 113, 141 for Scotland. In terms of Scotland then, Alvaro Arbeloa in charge. Last time we saw them, we were here. They got to the Euros again being eliminated in the group stage. Got to the World Cup second round, losing 4-3 to Uruguay. Mikey McManus with a brace. They did lose to Brazil 2-1, but they did win 3-0 against Thailand and 4-0 against the Gambia. A hat-trick for Lucas Robertson there. Following Euros, they made it there. This time they made it out of the group with a 3-1 win against Luxembourg, drawing against Germany, losing to Norway. Oh, Hazreal. The Chelsea teammates. Hazreal with the penalty, cancelling out Mikey McManus's opener. Story writes itself. Not much story really, is there? 2-1 defeat to Spain in the 2040 World Cup and in the Euros. In the 2040 Euros. The World Cup qualifiers. Well, they didn't get there, did they? Scotland didn't make it. Scotland didn't make it to the World Cup, and that's probably going to be it for international tournaments. Right, let's go and have a quick look at another couple of years. Right, Lucas is retiring at Rennes. He's retiring at Rennes. Mikey McManus did retire at Chelsea. Scottish Youth Cup Wraith, European International League best player for Scotland, 119, 155. We'll have a look at his career stats here. His final season for Chelsea, only got 10 in 36, 21 in 35 the season before that. At Chelsea, so they won the Europa League runners-up, Carabao Cup runners-up, FA Cup winners, Champions League runners-up. He's won a lot of trophies with Chelsea. Right, Carabao Cup, let's have a quick look at these. He won a couple of Carabao Cups. Don't know if he won an FA Cup. I mean, he did win FA Cups here. Yeah, no, he would have won FA Cups because he was at Chelsea for the majority of his career. John Stones is no longer in charge. Why is John Stones not in charge? He left. Be the PSG manager. Who saw that coming? Then? No Premier League wins for Chelsea, unfortunately, and no Champions League wins either. Inter Milan winning a couple. Pep's now in charge of Inter. What? Who's in charge of City then? Marco Reus, of course. John Terry's in charge of Real Madrid. Of course, with John Stones at PSG, we saw that. Regen at United. Xavi still at Barca. Matt Grimes at Arsenal. Louis Coyle at Newcastle. Ryan Mason at Atletico Madrid. I could do this all day. Steven Gerrard at Marseille. It gets weirder. Like, it's just getting weirder and weirder and weirder. Wolfsburg. Rodrigo Conceicao. I don't know who that is. Sorry, Rodrigo. AC Milan. Nagelsmann. Not got weirder. We've come back round. Okay, enough of that. Little interlude, that was fun, wasn't it? Lucas Robertson then, his career. 83 and 180 for Scotland. Became a number 10. He's retiring at Rennes. Did never win the league with Rennes, unfortunate. But a decent career for both, I think you'd agree. But the slower player, in my opinion, had the much better career, and the goals proved it. The AI, despite the fact they didn't want to play him to begin with, and he was a late bloomer because he had to start really kicking on at the age of 20. Lucas had already got to the 140s, whereas Mikey was still in like the 117, wasn't he? He had to fly up in that season where he first played for Hearts. Wraith really hamstrung him, so, you know, very impressive in my opinion. Lamine Yamal at Atletico Madrid. What? He left Barcelona on a free. Barcelona played him for a full season, and he left on a free to go to Atletico, and he's been there ever since. Kylian Mbappe stayed at PSG for his entire career, except he went to Saudi for a season. Of course he did. No Ballon d'Ors, though. No Player of the Years, I don't think. No Player of the Years. Team of the Year, all seasons. Yeah, they're not there. And understandably so. They weren't that great, were they? They were a bit underwhelming. I mean, never won any trophies, really, either of them. So it was a bit of a muchness, to be perfectly honest. But that is it for today's experiment. I hope you had a good time. I do enjoy these sort of like comparative high attribute sort of kind of things. So if you've got any ideas for these kind of ones, let me know in the comments down below. I always think they're quite an interesting story, quite like following the careers of a couple of players. So yeah, any ideas that you want to see going forward of attributes or anything like that, hit me in the comments down below. Any ideas of any other experiments, of course, again, comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Take good care of yourselves. See you soon.